Welcome back to the channel. My name's Cody, and today I'm going to be sharing how to logically progress through your business in the most efficient manner possible. Now, this isn't just all the actual application. This is processing information, moving the ball down the field towards the goal, and outlining what steps are next in order to progress as a business person, regardless of industry. Now, I'll start out with just mapping this out on an Excel spreadsheet for you. Do the same or write it down. First thing you're going to do, you're going to draw these four boxes. You're going to write out these words. And the way this drill works is you read from left to right. So if you're looking at the upper left corner, you've got, you know that you know this item. Upper right, you know you don't know it. You don't know that you know it, and you don't know what you don't know. Once you map this out, now we can figure, okay, what does this actually represent? Because if you don't know what it represents, it's useless. Now, the explanations are mapped out here, and all information starts in the bottom right corner. The reason that this is important to map out is this is how you process information, move it closer to your category of excellence and where you really understand it, you're competent, you know how to apply it. And most people wander aimlessly. There's a lot of ambiguity in their universe because they don't map this out. So make sure you write these down so you can process information a little bit more efficiently. You don't know what you don't know. You don't even know that it exists. This is not thought process for you. Maybe you don't know about real estate investing, and then you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, you get an idea, you realize, oh, the government doesn't own all these, people own most of these buildings. It's an idea. Now it moves up, as soon as you get an idea, moves up to the upper right corner. You know you don't know it. It's a topic, it's an idea, but you don't have a lot of info on it. You don't know how to apply it. So what do you do to move that into the next box? Well, the answer is you study it. So once you've studied it, you can transition to the bottom left box. You don't know that you know it. You don't know how to apply it, but you know the information. And at the simplest form, in theory, you're an expert, but in practical application, you don't know what you're doing. You're not the expert. You're not competent. You're book smart, but you don't know how to apply it and what's actually going to happen when you go into the real world and start doing this. You could have read all the books on seller financing. You could have taken a course. You could have watched YouTube University. In theory, you're an expert because you think you know what you're doing, but you haven't applied it enough times. You haven't failed it a couple times. You haven't won a few times. So the way that you progress from this box is you move to the upper left corner where you know it. That's where you've not only studied, but you've applied it enough times to see what happens when it doesn't go quite as you feel it's going to, and when you actually start to win. And this can be for any topic. It could be for property management. It could be for a business startup. It could be for starting a YouTube channel. It could be for building a marketing company. Regardless of industry, regardless of the field that you're in, this is the most efficient path to know exactly where you're at in your education and application cycle. And you just have to follow the steps, and that will make you proficient, whatever you're doing. Now, an actual example, real estate. This box in the bottom right will always be empty because you don't know what you don't know. As soon as you get a new idea, it wouldn't go to that box. It'd go to the upper right box. So if you don't know, but you don't know, LLCs, umbrella insurance policies, legal entities, what do we do? Legal structures, it would go in that box. And then what you could do is spend a little bit of money, spend a couple $100, meet with an attorney and start chatting about these things. You could start educating yourself, reading up on it, and getting a professional's opinion. And then as it would go down, maybe as is, you're just mapping out your universe. You've studied how to analyze properties, but you haven't bought enough properties to know if you're actually doing it right. So that could go in this box. And what do you know? Maybe you know for a fact that it's a tangible asset. It does require management. It's not completely passive, and it appreciates based off the income it produces. You can start identifying these things so that you know exactly where you're at in your journey, when you need to seek out a new mentor, when you need to seek out new information, and when's enough, and when do you just have to apply it? Because if you start filling up this bottom left box, it's time to go out and actually start applying the information. And yes, you'll make mistakes. However, you're also going to have some wins along the way. And this is how you can make sure you're keeping accountable, making a progress. This is how I started all of my business adventures and made sure that I was still learning and going out and making progress. So map this out for yourself. And if you have any questions on this, put them in the comments. I'll go back and forth with you in the comments, or we can hop on a live call sometime, chat about how to really put this to use, and hit the subscribe button so that you can see the upcoming videos.